To Allah belongs the earth and sky, so wonderful. Oh, the oceans wide, the mountains high, the animals. Looking at the sky, so many million miles over space and time, there is only one God. From a treetop, watch the sun start through a dewdrop. There is only one God. There is only one God. Praise be to Him. My life is His. Glory be to Him. La ilaha illallah. To Allah belong the jinn, the angels, and all men. From fear-refined and colored sins, to Allah belong the messengers sent to guide. For every nation, those who came, all they tried to bring back the light, guide through the night, make everything right. There is only one God, Muhammad the last, given the task, peace do we ask. There is only one God. There is only one God. Praise be to Him. My life is His. Glory be to Him. La ilaha illallah.
Ar-Rahman, the compassionate and gracious. Ar-Rahim, the merciful, you made the earth spacious. Al-Malik, the king of all spaces. Al-Qudus, the holy who can never be replaced. As-Salam, bestower of peace and tranquility. Al-Mu'min, the ultimate grantor of security. Ya Allah, you are my life, I need you blessing me. Al-Muhaymin, protector of protectors. Al-Aziz, the mighty. Al-Jabbar, the compeller. Al-Mutakabbir, supreme in greatness, so majestic, made us from
mic one, isn't it? Can you all hear us? I don't know. I hope you can. Anyway, welcome back to my weekly slot, I believe. I don't know how long it's going to last for because I just talk a load of waffle. But anyway, last week I spoke about my life and stuff, and I think most of you fell asleep listening to it. But this week we've got another guest here today, Shahid from Birmingham. He's a brummie, you know what I mean, mate? Yeah, we're going to talk about his life actually. He had a quite interesting life, you know. Basically, I'll let him explain anyway, but he was born in Pakistan in 1960. I won't say when. Do you want to reveal the date?
No, it's okay.
He says 21, but I don't believe him. But yeah, anyway, so basically, yes, Daniel, how you doing, man? Matthew, Masood, yes, how you doing? Good. Okay, basically, he's lived a colourful life, and now he's changed his ways. You know, and I won't exactly say, well, you that's going to be an echo. So he's putting it on his echo as well at the same time. Hi, mate, from Nottingham, Luke, nice one. Phil, yes. Lenny, yes, Lenny, how you doing, bro? He's a West Ham fan, though, so anyway. So basically he's going to talk about his lifestyle. Last week I spoke about what happened with me and stuff and how I changed all my life and turned it all around. I forgot to mention I wrote a book. And from this book I got kind of, as a normal lad following football, that football culture and stuff. Basically, from that book, it sort of propelled me into the media limelight and stuff, which I didn't expect. I mean, it got too much for me, to be honest with you, because it was just, I'm a very shy guy, to be honest with you, and I just couldn't handle it. Anyway, but it's opened lots of doors for me, and it's been great because I can speak to the youth now on certain issues, which I've got Shahid here about. He's going to talk about the youth and stuff as well, how we can lead them away from extremism and from having these sort of extreme thoughts. And I can also talk to the right-wing lads as well, because I can relate to them in a sense because they're football lads. So anyway, enough of me waffling, because I'm just a waffler. I'm going to put Shahid on. I'm hot. I'm taking my hat off. I'm really hot. It's hot in here, ain't it?
It's not too bad.
I'm baking. Anyway, so thanks, Simon. Yes, nice one, Sheer. Gary, nice one. Archie, yes. Shabir, Michael Phil, nice one. Carnell, yes, bruv. Assad, yes, I'm okay, thanks. Okay, so Shahid, introduce yourself. Who are you and what are you and what do you do?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Salam, everybody. Okay, yeah, I mean, there's a lot to talk about. Obviously, we haven't got too much time, and so I'm going to try to be as succinct as I can. My background is quite similar to Riaz's. We have a lot of similarities. I was sort of, in the sense that I was brought up in the 70s. I'm older than him. And better looking.
I can't argue with that one.
What was that? You're laughing at my tooth being missing. Yeah. We won't go into how that got knocked out.
Probably by some skinners or something. No. You can tell that story.
No, it was a bit recently actually.
Oh, was it?
It was in a kickboxing.
His missus.
So I grew up in the 70s and 80s. The whole sort of, going through the whole sort of skinhead period and things like that.
Talking about skinhead periods, I remember I used to get chased by skinheads. I used to go, get the P word, get the packy. I used to run for my life. You had a little gang, didn't you, in Birmingham? Where was this gang based, and what were they called? And why did you create this gang?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same sort of thing. I mean, being called racial abuse and all that sort of stuff, and being called, the P word, and getting abused all the time, racially. We in the 80s we set up a gang called the Links.
Was it after the pop group, the Links?
No. We actually named it after
deodorant. Links?
No. The deodorant came afterwards. We actually named it after a cat. It's a wild cat called the Links, and I don't know why, but anyway. The gang was set up basically to patrol the streets, to look after the area. We kind of took the sort of battle and the fight to the skinheads in the National Front. Before that, they never really had any kind of resistance. Nobody really bothered with them. So it was basically to defend ourselves and defend our families. And we became quite notorious because you never really saw Asian gangs hanging around at that time. And so a lot of the press picked up on it, the local press, and started talking about it.
Do you remember the Newham 7?
I do, yeah.
From the East End of London?
London, yeah.
7 of them went into a pub and smashed it all up because they were getting racially abused by the skinheads in that area. I met one of them the other day, actually.
I think,
Were you similar to them?
I'm not trying to sort of glorify that sort of lifestyle too much. But I mean,
gotta get
it's just that, I mean, they did that and they got a lot of publicity for it. I mean, we used to do that every other night. It was like normal kind of thing, that's what used to happen. But it was difficult times, and we had good days, we had bad days, but it taught me a lot. I think that sort of I cut my teeth with that on the streets. I got kicked out of school. I didn't get really.
Didn't your parents go mad when you got kicked out of school? Because our parents, when they came to this country, why did they come to this country for? To make our lives better for our children, to educate, to become doctors, lawyers, engineers. So when you got kicked out of school, what did your parents do to you?
Well, I actually got kicked out of school. I'll tell you why. It was because I was having a fight with a skinhead. It was after school time as well, and one of the teachers seen me fighting, and in the middle of the road. And the next day, I got called into the headmaster's office, and within that morning session, I was literally just told, well, you're going to be expelled from school, and I was expelled from school. And my dad, I remember saying to me, so son, what do you want to do? You want to, what are you going to do now? And I said, I don't know. And I just started to sort of dust around on the streets, and I spent a lot of time on the streets, just hanging around in gangs and cafes and playing pool, and got involved in criminality and all that sort of stuff. As a consequence of that, I went to prison here in the UK.
We've got a couple of comments. I'm going to rudely interrupt you because he could talk for England, trust me. Back in the 70s and 80s, racism was rife. You had to belong to a gang to stay safe. Even the police were openly racist. That was so true. We had to stay in a gang, especially Asian lads and black lads. We had to stay together because, the skinheads, the real skinheads weren't racist, you know that. The real skinheads were black, and they were proper, they was into the reggae music, they were into ska music. But it's boneheads I'm talking about. The Nazi National Front types with big Doc Martens who used to chase us just because of the colour of our skin. But the real racists were not, actually... David Garcia, you better leave it out, mate. I'm getting sick of your comments. I'm going to do you when I see you. No, I'm joking. Basically, the real skinheads, Riaz is a skinhead, He's getting the blessing from my head. I'm getting hot in here as well.
Getting the barakah. See the little, the round, what do you call that again?
The Simon Templar, the saint.
The Simon Templar thing, yeah.
Yeah, basically, what was I saying? I forgot now. Yeah, the real skinheads were not racist. Let's just make that clear. The boneheads were racist, but the real skinheads were not racist. They were into reggae, they was into ska music, and they used to have black skinheads as well. I remember an Asian skinhead back in the day in the late 70s from Leicester. His name was a Pakistani lad, I forgot his name, but he was a bonehead as well. Well, skinhead. So anyway, used to get fights with skinheads and stuff. Yeah, I just wanted to clarify that point.
Yeah, I mean, it was, as everybody knows, that sort of stuff happened. I think, especially with the younger generation today, I don't think they kind of realise too much the kind of, difficulties that we had growing up as young men. That's not to say that the young people today don't have their issues. Of course they do. We accept that. But things have changed a lot. The areas that Asians live in now, most of them, it's almost kind of like, they've become the majority. But it wasn't always like that. We were the minority, and and then obviously after that you have the whole kind of white flight. Everybody sort of started leaving. It brings it onto the whole issue about
the what?
People talk about integration and why do Asians have their own sort of ghettos and stuff like that. Well, actually, what it was, when we moved into these areas, it was mixed. There was white people, there were Asian people, there were black people. Yeah. But then slowly, what happened was that the white people started to leave. They call it the white flight. So we never actually isolated ourselves. They left the areas for whatever reason, but we didn't want them to leave. We never asked them to leave. I don't know why they had an issue. I mean, they should have just stayed there. There was no problem. But that's why then these ghettos kind of became developed.
He's knocked the other camera over.
Oh, no, sorry, guys.
Oh, sorry about that, the other camera. We've only got 2 views on that anyway, so it doesn't matter. Just knock it over. No problem. Come and join this one instead. Anyway, carry on.
So I mean, that was the whole sort of, the whole white flight thing.
White flag, was that a gang?
No.
Oh, I mean white flight when they left. Yeah, sorry.
It's a term that they use.
It's your accent. It's real dodgy, that Birmingham accent. I can't get my head around it. They're like the singing mates, you know what I mean?
Accent is the best.
It's worse than the Cockney accent. Look, you knocked it over again.
Too much.
Okay, let's have some comments here. I think a lot of racism stems from misunderstanding of religion and culture. Yeah, true. Don't like racists. Peace, brothers and sisters. Yep, good. Why do you keep stroking your beard, Rizza? No, it's Riaz, not Rizza. I like it because it makes me feel intelligent. I don't know, just something. I don't know. Your views on multicultural Narber Road? Yeah, very multicultural. Love the place. There's like 20 odd different cultures there. Many Leicester races are on New Parks, Braunston. Make